they don't know how to do it, or maybe they were not involved in the solution designing. They should be involved in creating strategies for planning or delivery. Having that Jira admin knowledge is, of course, important. You will end up saving time and money. Hello, everyone. So, today in this video, I wanted to talk about Jira admins versus Jira consultants. Now, I'm making this video especially for people who make decisions when they want to hire or build a team. And at the same time, of course, if you are a Jira admin, then if you are thinking of becoming a Jira consultant, then hopefully this video will also help you. And by the way, I'm not really going to talk about something extraordinary or something new. We all know about it, but I think it is important to talk about it. And it is also important to uh, have a discussion around these things. Now, Jira admins are different from Jira consultants. And let me elaborate. Jira admins are basically responsible for customizing and configuring your Jira instance. They do things like setting up a new project, making sure Jira is healthy. At the same time, whenever there is a need to customize something in Jira, like a workflow or creating a field or issue types, or it could be any other configuration. There are tons of configurations in Jira that we need to do. So these people are responsible for customization, configuration of the tool of Jira. Now the thing is, Jira administration skill is important, but at the same time, it is a bit unfair to expect a Jira admin to help you and guide you with your processes. And I have plenty of examples where I've seen Jira admins trying to solve a problem in Jira where they don't know how to do it, or maybe they were not involved in the solution designing. They were just given a task that, okay, we have a problem to solve and do this in Jira. And that is their responsibility to do it. And when, as a Jira admin, you're doing something which is against best practice or which is not really realistic or which is probably not a good idea to do it in Jira, then in a way, slowly and gradually, you are basically ensuring that your Jira instance will become not massively useful. And if your Jira instance is not configured correctly or rightly, then it will reflect when it comes to the delivery. It will show up eventually, not directly, but eventually it will make people unhappy. It will make your way of working a bit inefficient. Now, Jira consultants, on the other hand, they are involved and they should be involved in creating strategies for planning or delivery and when it comes to implementing processes in Jira. Now, I can, of course, tell you from my experience. If you ask me, Ravi, do this in Jira. If I know how to do it and if it is possible, then I'll do it. But usually, things are not really straightforward. Usually, you want to solve a problem. Everything starts with a problem or a challenge that they want to solve. I'm talking about teams who want to either use Jira or maybe they are already using Jira and they want to ensure that they can use a tool like Jira to, do some extraordinary things, right? Now, the thing is that we first try to understand the requirement, and that requirement could be as simple as a one-liner that we want to deliver this product by March next year, right? It's a very high-level requirement, but in most cases we try to get into the details. Now, let us say there is a new team or there is a team which is already there. Let us take an example of a legal department. I always like this idea of using Jira for non-technical teams because you can, and people do that a lot. So if you're talking about a legal team, they may of course have a process already, and usually they have a process. Whenever we talk about processes, and I'll probably make a separate video on processes versus how much involvement a Jira consultant should have in processes. Now, usually teams have a process in place. It could be a process to onboard someone. It could be a process to uh, create some contracts and get approval from 3 different people in the legal department. So when we start understanding the requirements, we try to figure out what are the challenges. And usually the challenges are that we are not able to do the work on time. We don't really have clear visibility on who is supposed to do what. We don't know what we did in the past. Basically, there is no reporting. We have no way to improve upon our way of working because we don't know how we have been working. Overall, things are messed up, and we don't know whether we are doing the right thing or not. So we try to understand how they're doing it right now, what they're doing it, if they're using a tool. Usually, there are always some tools. That tool could be email. That tool could be using some other tools like Asana or just chat, or maybe they are using already Jira or spreadsheet. So there are always some tools in most of the organizations. It is more about how we can improve, how we can bring in efficiency. And of course, Jira can definitely help. So as a consultant, your responsibility is not limited to Jira admin. Jira admin part will come much later. In the beginning, you have to spend time with the stakeholders. You have to talk to various people who are involved in this process. And in a way, although you're not helping in creating a process, but you can definitely give your input. Now, I don't really think I'm a process guy. I don't really consider myself as an expert in all the processes. Of course, with experience, when you work with different teams, different type of teams, like legal, marketing, HR, software development, or service desk, you come to know about different ways of working. You also come to know about various terms that they use. So I'm actually quite comfortable. And of course, I'm a consultant. In a way, I'm making this video to talk about my my skills, but yeah, in a way, I'm trying to also help you. So basically, when you're working with a consultant, and of course, that person could just be a Jira consultant, or that person could be a consultant with multiple scales on different or variety of tools. But if we talk about Jira consultant, because we talk about Jira, that is what we do on this channel. We usually try to understand how those challenges can be solved, how those problems can be solved using a tool like Jira. So having that Jira admin knowledge is, of course, important. It is a requirement for what we do. But at the same time, those things come much later. In the beginning, even just capturing the requirement, understanding the requirement, and then creating a solution is what we need to do. And that is what we do. So once we try to understand the problem, once we understand the challenges, once we try to understand their goals, we then try to come up with a solution. And that solution could be, it could be in any format. I will probably talk about in detail. I think I did talk about in detail about how to capture Jira requirements in a language that is something that can be understood by anyone who is a Jira admin. So basically, we translate those challenges into a solution, and that solution could be something that any Jira admin can simply go through and then implement. So implementation part is the most easy part. If you are, and again, the conclusion of this video is that if you are trying to build a team, or if you already have a team of Jira admins, also consider having someone who can do this role. Now, consultants also can be a mentor. We can also be a coach or a trainer. And not everyone can be a consultant, because we need to talk to a variety of people. We need to talk to developers. It could be as simple as helping a developer create a branch with a Jira issue key in the branch name so that it can appear on your Jira issue or a story. Or it could be talking to the program manager who is responsible for the whole product. Or maybe they are running a program which is like $1 million program. So consultants are, in most cases, experienced people with 10, 15, 20, 25 plus years of experience. And Jira knowledge is, of course, important. It is a requirement. If that person has that Jira knowledge, then great. That person consultant may not actually implement that particular solution that they have built, but they can definitely talk to both Jira admins and the stakeholders. So if you are trying to build a team, definitely consider hiring a Jira consultant. And that consultant could be someone who is, just for the time being. The way we work is we prefer working where we actually own the entire Jira instance. But at the same time, if our clients need our help from time to time, it could be on a project basis, it could be just for a week or just for a few weeks or maybe a few months. I think that is also applicable, but definitely consider consulting with a consultant because you will end up saving time and money. Because imagine you have managers and they are directly dealing with Jira admins. Now, managers are not Jira experts. Managers are, if you're working in a company where they have a team of managers like stakeholders, they know their work, or they're supposed to know their work, their area, but they may not know how Jira works. They may not know how to implement a process onto a tool. So there will always be a gap. They may know a little bit about Jira. They can then raise a ticket for your Jira admins to implement something for them, but it may not work. And in most cases, you need someone in between who can basically handle this on both the sides. So that is why I'm saying that if you are building a team of Jira admins in your team, then definitely also consider having someone who can do the consultation part. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much.